We first started this place. There was a woman in town named Vera Cook Houston, and at that time she was in her mid-80s, and she used to push a grocery cart around town. And when I first came here, I thought kind of like she was like the small town bag lady or something, you know. But she was a local historian. But she lived here as a child, and she sat in this room, and I made her a little place to sit on a couple sawhorses. And she said, in this room, they had a Victrola in that corner, and they had big flowers, carpeting with big flowers and big red drapes.
I know this is a lot more than a business to you. It's a passion.
First generation immigrant. Our family was from Greece, and my grandfather came over 3 years before the Great Depression, and after 3 years he opened a restaurant in Pittsburgh. And then my father owned a restaurant and been in restaurants for 32 years with a third grade education, but he just loved the hospitality business. Growing up, Ruth, I hated it. I hated working for my father and grandfather. Wash dishes for 8 hours and maybe we'll give you a piece of bread, which is hard work. But then I realized after I went to college and graduate school that they actually had the right idea. You know, hospitality is a great thing to be in, and I love food. And I remember opening night in '79, and I remember telling the staff who'd been prepping for this opening day, I said, look, I've got enough money to make it to Monday. And they said, what? New restaurants need like 6 months of working capital. So I got enough cash to get us to Monday. So if we don't have a really good weekend, we're gonna be kind of a bad way. Luckily, we opened to a full house and a full crowd, and we became Restaurant of the Year for '79, and it got us rolling. They kept talking about how they were looking forward to going back to Texas, being with the grandkids, being able to sneak out to dinner by themselves without Secret Service, you know, blazing a trail for them. And he seemed, again, it points to their genuineness. They just wanted to, they had, as we know, George Sr. served this country in so many different ways, but they were looking forward to that time alone back home, which was very cool.
I've enjoyed the comedy club down in the basement too. That's fabulous. There's nothing like it around here.
We had people like, you know, Tim Allen and Lil Sanders and all this talent in Detroit that went on to do very well for themselves. And they would work here for next to peanuts. Many times Tim Allen would stay at my house after show because he didn't want to drive back down to Detroit. So, well, the restaurant was full, and it was night after night after night, 7 to 14 days after 9/11. And we asked some customers, why are you here? Why are you here? You know, you're a weekend customer and you've been coming here a long time. And by and large, what everybody said was, we had to leave our house. We have 6 TVs in our house and everything is about 9/11. It was so depressing. We came here because we know that this is a safe place for us. Kind of, to me, summed up who our customers are. They're loyal, you know, to a fault. I mean, and if something goes wrong, if it's too hot or too cold or soup isn't warm enough, they know us well enough. They'll text or email us before the waiter even knows about it. I mean, we get them all the time, and it's kind of fun actually, but we like it that way. This is kind of our home and just an extension of who we are, and we enjoy that.